Hi all, welcome to the new video of problem solving using C. In this video we are going to discuss array in C. So before going to the topic we need to understand the C data types. We have four categories of data types. First one, basic data type. Second, derived data type. Third, enumeration data type. And fourth, void data type. In this we have the following types. In basic data type, integer, char, float and double data types. In derived data types we have array, pointer, structure and union. Then enumeration data type, that is enum, and last void data type, that is void. So here we go. Array is a derived data structure. Array is a derived data structure. So it is a collection of similar type of data, and these data are stored at contiguous memory locations. And these are examples for derived data type, and which store the primitive type of data such as int, char, double, float, etc. Array has the capability to store collection of derived data types such as pointers, structures, etc. And it is the simplest data structure where each data element can be randomly accessed by using the index number of array. Now, C array is beneficial if you have stored similar items, that is homogeneous data elements. For example, if you want to store the marks of a student in 6 subjects, we know there is no need for declaring 6 different variables to store these marks. We can define this using array concept. Now here is the representation for 6 marks. Here is the given array. Indices start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, like that. That means n minus 1, 0 to n minus 1, that is, and here value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 minus 1, that is the last element should be in the n minus 1 index position, that is n is 6, 6 minus 1 is 5. An array indices start from 0 to n minus 1, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. In that location we are going to store the marks. This is an array example for 6 subjects. Marks are written here: 70, 80, 50, 60, 20 and 60. Here is the total marks, that 340, then total percentage. By using array you can define homogeneous elements. Now moving to the properties of array. These are the properties. First one, each element of array is of same data type and carries of the same size, that is 4 bytes. 4-byte data for array elements. Then elements of array are stored at the contiguous memory location, where the first element is stored at the smallest memory location, that is the indices 0. Now elements of the array can be randomly accessed, since we can calculate the address of each element of the array with the given base address and the size of the data element. So I already told you array elements are stored in contiguous memory locations, and indices start from 0 to n minus 1. Here we have 5. Array size is 5. Then indices start from 0 to n minus 1, that is 0s to 4. Now moving to the type of array. We have two types of array in C: one dimensional array and two dimensional array. An array with one dimension is called one dimensional array, and array with more than one dimension, that is multi-dimension, that is called two dimensional array. For example, matrices. So we are going to the advantages of array, C array. First advantage is less code to access the data, that is code optimization. First advantage is code optimization. Then second advantage, ease of traversing. By using loop like while, for, do while, you can traverse through the array, and traversing means visiting each element of the array. We can retrieve the elements from the array easily, and it is easy to store. Easy to sort array using. So it is easy to store elements using the array using a simple code. Now, for the properties, random access. We can access any element randomly using the array. Advantages of array. Fourth one, random access. We can access any element random using array. Now we are going to the disadvantage. Array is a fixed size. So whatever is the size, we define at the time of declaration of the array, and we cannot exceed the limit. So it doesn't grow the size dynamically. For example, data structure, linked list, and all, we can linked list, tag, queue, all these can be altered during the runtime. So one of the disadvantages of array is it is of fixed size. Now, how to declare an array? Declaration of an array. We can declare an array in the C language in the following way: data type followed by array name, then array size. Data type followed by array name, then array size. Here is an example. For data type, we have int, array name marks, then array size 5. In this way you can declare an array. Int marks of 5, then semicolon. First portion data type, then array name, here mark, then array size 5. Now, how to initialize an array? Initializations of an array. So the simplest way to initialize an array is by using the index of the element. Now for 5 mark, we have indices start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 4, n minus 1. 5, total 5 subjects are there: 80, 60, 70, 85, 75. Indices start from 0 to 4. Now in this way you can initialize an array. Marks of 0 is equal to 80, marks of 1 is equal to 60, marks of 2 is equal to 70, marks of 3 is equal to 85, marks of 4 is equal to 75. Now this can be represented like this: marks of 0, marks of 1, marks of 2, marks of 3, and marks of 4. In this way array can be stored the elements. Now moving to one example for an array. Here we have header file stdio.h. Then in the main function we have initialized a value, that is int I is equal to 0. Then an array int mark of 5, then we have initialized values of an array 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and corresponding values. Now we are going to traverse the array using for loop I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. In the first step, I is equal to 0, that is indices 0. Indices 0. So printf percentage mark of 5, that is 80 get displayed. Now in the next step, for I value is incremented, I is equal to 1, then marks of 1, that is 60. Then coming to next iteration, then marks of 2, that is 70. Then in the next iteration, loop value 3, I is equal to 3, then marks of 3, that is 85. The last marks of 4, 75. Then the loop is terminated. This is the example for looping array operation. First declaration of an array, then initialization using this code, then visiting each array element, that is traversing of the elements. This is the simple example to describe array. Now I already told you initialization of the array. Array can be initialized using the data type followed by array name, then size, then flower base. Data type followed by array name, then size, then within flower base equal to within flower base you can describe the elements, that is indices of 0 is equal to 20, 1, 30, 2, 40, 3, 50 and 4, 60. In this way you can initialize the array at the time of declaration. Now this is example for this kind of initialization. Inside main function int marks, then directly we have given the indices from 0, 1, 2, 3, then 4. Then there is no need to marks of 0 is equal to 20, marks of 1 is equal to 30, marks of 2 is equal to 40, marks of 3 is equal to 50 and marks of 4 is equal to 60. This is the simple way to initialize or declare an array. Then here is the traversal. The same way as in the previous example, you can traverse each elements. In the first iteration it will print 0th location, that is 20. In the second iteration it will print 1th location, that is 30. Then in the third iteration indices of 2, that is 40. In the fourth iteration indices of 3 is 15, and in the last iteration, that is fifth iteration, up to this condition I less than 5, that is 4 less than 5, then 16 get displayed. This is another example for array initialization. Now moving to one example of sorting. Using array you can sort the elements. Here we have declared integer variables I, j and temp. I and j for looping operation, temp for storing temporary values. Here we have an array with values, 10 values, 10, 9, 7, 101, 23, 44, 12, 78, 34 and 23. See, inside first loop 4 with I, that is I is equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. Then in the jth loop, then we are going to arrange the elements, that is sort the elements using this loop. Here we have a of j and a of I. Then compare the nearest elements. If the element is less than the previous elements, then the value is interchangeable. For this purpose, we have temp I is equal to I. Then if a of I equal to a of j, then the value is interchangeable. Like this, you can rearrange values. That means if a of j greater than a of I, then this code will be executed. This code will be executed. That is 9 go to the position here and 10 to the 9th position. That is 9, 10 get arranged. The next iteration here, next iteration with this value and this value, like this array get sorted. This is the example for sorting. Here sorting is done. After sorting, we need to print the sorted element list. Then the result will be like this. The values from the least values, the array gets sorted. That is here 7, 9, then 10, then 12, then 23, again 23, then 34, then 44, and 78, then 101. Like this, the array is sorted using this code. Now moving to two-dimensional array. The two-dimensional array can be defined as an array of arrays. That is, these organized as matrices which can be represented as the collection of rows and columns. And 2D arrays are created to implement the relational database look-like data structure. And it can be used to hold bulk data, and any number of functions can be passed wherever required. Then here is the representation of array. An array with more than one dimension. That is, here we have 2 dimensions, 4 and 5. These are rows and columns. In this array we have 4 columns, 1, 2, 3 and 4, like this. This horizontal arrangement. Then columns 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So two-dimensional array is combination of rows and columns. Matrices is an example. Here is an example for 4 by 5 array. How to declare two-dimensional array? An array can be declared using this. Two-dimensional array can be declared using this syntax: data type followed by array name, then rows and columns. We have one example here. Data type integer, array name 2-dimensional, then array rows 4 and columns 3. Row 1, row 2, row 3, and column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. This is the representation 0 0 0 1 0 2 0 3 and 1 0 1 1 1 2 1 3 2 0 2 1 2 2 2 3, like this. Here is an example for two-dimensional array. like this. We need two variables for rows and columns. Then here we have declared array of 4 by 3, 1 2 3, 2 3 4, 4 3 5, 4 5 6. This is the array. Initialization can be done like this: 1 2 3, 2 4, 2 3 4, then 3 4 5, 4 5 6. This is the array, that is 4 by 3 array. In this we have matrix like this, 3 columns, that is 1 2 3, then 4 rows, 1 2 3 4, like this. Then in the first row we have for I is equal to I less than 4, I plus plus, then for j is equal to j less than 3. Then each iteration, first 1, then 2, then 3, then the next iteration, that is here next row, 2 3 4, then 3 4 5, and then 4 5 6. This is the representation of, this is the diagrammatic representation for the example. You run it using online GDB or your compiler. Now here we have done. In the next class we will come with functions. So in this class we have discussed array types, then advantages, then properties of array. So I hope you understand. Thank you.